Hey guys, if any of you are interested in how things are put together, you might find this sort of interesting. Maybe. These guys are at this house putting up the phone cables, installing the phone cables, and I told them that the house is being renovated and that even though it's in horrible condition at the moment, later on it will be much better, and so please try and conceal the wiring as much as possible. Now, I knew when I told them that it probably wouldn't affect the outcome very much, because the standard in Japan for wiring and piping is different from what I've experienced in other countries. Now, just remember that this country produced castles and temples and things that have lasted 1500 years and are still in perfect condition, so they're really masters at building stuff. But as you've seen on the accommodation playlist, the standards recently are all about things being new and being clean and new, but not necessarily made to last. So when these guys installed the cabling, they just start at the phone end and they go clip, 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 and they clip it to the wall, and then they finish and they leave, so that it's all sort of on the outside of the building. And here's a new building. Here's an example of a new apartment building where they've done exactly the same thing. There's nice new building, and they've come along and they've gone clip, clip, clip down the outside of the building. So one of my Japanese friends told me that since World War II, the standards have changed, and that people are now, that things aren't built to last anymore. And I think that's really true. And you've seen that on the accommodation playlist. I showed you some plastic apartments, and this is another example of the same sort of thinking. These guys are good tradesmen, and all this stuff is safe, but trying to conceal it, like in Australia, these sorts of pipes and cables and things would be hidden in the walls or hidden behind, coverings so that you can't see them. But here they just run them down the outside of the wall. And this is the front of this apartment building where they've got all this stuff running down. So it drives me crazy, to be honest. It just seems like such a shame where you get a nice building with that next to the front door. But it's just the way it is. So those of you who notice stuff like this when you come to Japan will see lots of examples of this. So anyway, I notice it and it drives me nuts. So I hope at least one person found this slightly interesting. If you did, that would have made it all worthwhile. So anyway, more videos coming soon.